In our new Boomtown series, we're showing how growth is reshaping North Texas. That growth has come to South Oak Cliff, but not always for the better. Grocery stores have disappeared, leaving residents without fresh food in a growing food desert. Now the community is taking action, demanding answers about the grocery store gap. Here's Brittany Moncrief.
50 years is a long time to fight.
I was one of the first Black teachers at South Oak Cliff High School.
And Lovey Hawkins has been breaking down barriers since, while she watches her South Oak Cliff neighborhood progress.
There was just a field there.
She can't help but notice.
Open field with cedar trees.
What's been left behind?
As the neighborhood started to transition into more Blacks, the various businesses started to move. Tom Thumb moved out of the area,
leaving her neighborhood a food desert.
I'm just going to say the color of our skin changed. That didn't change the color of our money.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture defines food deserts as areas with limited access to healthy and affordable food within a 1-mile radius for urban communities.
I go to different parts of the city, East Dallas, Cedar Hill, North Dallas.
It's the same battle Frederick Terry takes on after moving into his childhood home in Oak Cliff.
We're literally talking about places that have nothing versus places that have, I drive past 5 stores to get to the one that I really like. You guys live in the area?
So Frederick started A Better Oak Cliff, advocating for a grocery store.
HEB owns property just right down the street from here, and they've owned it for over 7 years, and they've not done anything with it.
HEB owns this property at Beckley Ave and Davis Street and tells us they have no plans to share at this time.
Why they ain't make a store out of it?
That's the question that we're all asking.
Including Dr. Edward Rinken, who researches Dallas food deserts.
If they have money to spend and they consume food just like everybody else, why do they not deserve to have mainstream supermarkets?
His 2020 study found 91 food deserts in Dallas County, over half in the southern sector, majority Black and brown communities.
We've identified 5 food deserts that had upwards of $20 million that they earned in income, and about $2 or $3 million that they received in SNAP food benefits. And that's plenty of money.
He also looks at robberies, assaults, and drug crimes.
Crime was pretty spread out. So crime couldn't have been the real reason.
And because many people travel for food.
So it basically makes them look like there's no money being spent in their community, but in actuality, they're the ones that are spending it in other communities.
It's what businesses call retail leakage. To keep money in her community, Lovey drives about 15 minutes to this Kroger in the Inwood Village neighborhood. It's a smaller Kroger store that's been here 50 years. John Votava runs Kroger's Dallas division and walks us through its near $1 million renovations.
In June, when we did our grand reopening, we've seen sales go up at this location 13%.
John says the price of building new stores has increased.
It's gone up about 50% since COVID.
Really?
Yeah, we've just seen inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor.
So they opened a fulfillment center in South Dallas for delivery and food pickup. And HEB opened a smaller version of its stores, Jovi's, on West Wheatland Road.
If we can't have a real HEB, don't give us a knockoff.
Some of these companies are fully committed to doing the bare minimum.
So the fight continues, even up to City Council. In 2023, the city awarded Tom Thumb a $5.8 million tax incentive to build in the Redbird area. That's South Oak Cliff bordering Duncanville. This past December, Tom Thumb backed out, telling WFAA the decision came after their standard reevaluation stage in September. In a statement, they say, despite the fact that the company, Albertsons Companies, determined that the Tom Thumb store in this location was no longer viable, the company gave extraordinary additional consideration for the project, including conducting further due diligence to consider every possible option before making the difficult decision.
I believe that Joe V scared of them. I think another grocer came in and opened their door before they opened their door, and they had opportunity, and I think they got cold feet.
Tanel Atkins is the City Council's Economic Development Committee chair. He says in order to bring mainstream supermarkets, the southern sector needs more population density and improved infrastructure.
We got to work with economic development and bring business in there and bring people who are going to work there, live there, and that's why we're doing the parks, the trails.
A process that takes time, which many say they don't have.
It comes a time when you'll have to take things into your own hand and take care of your own.
That's where Friendship West Baptist Church comes in. Lovey joins their First Lady, Deborah Peak Haynes, in their own community garden.
We're just trying to bring awareness and also give access to let them know this is really the foundation of good health.
A lot of people didn't know that, but the leaves of the plant, when it's fresh, it's a very good vegetable.
Isaiah Mataruca tends the garden.
The leaves of the sweet potato?
Yeah, it's a very good. Yes, look at this one.
Using techniques from his home country, Zimbabwe.
If we can't have fresh produce that we can go to in the stores, let's just grow our own.
Or
We were formed to try to bring a grocery store to the area.
advocate for your own.
I know it's going to take an investment of a private entity, a for-profit grocery chain to do this, but I don't think this is a big ask.
2 generations,
It's time that we stand up and say no more.
1 fight. In Dallas, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
If you have a story idea, we'd love to hear it. Email your suggestions to boomtown@wfaa.com. In fact, if you just scan that QR code on your screen, it'll start the email draft for you. We look forward to hearing from you.